Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Shenandoah University Esports Arena here in Winchester, Virginia, where today the Shenandoah University Rocket League team looks to bounce back after 2 rough losses yesterday in hopes to maintain that first seed and regain some momentum heading into NECC Division 3 playoffs. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brennan Moss. I am joined here tonight by Isaiah. Isaiah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Moss. I mean, it's just another great day to watch some Rocket League here in Shenandoah.
Yeah, it is. And today the Hornets will be taking on the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez. I hope I said that right. We did some research before this. Apologies if I did not. Their mascot, the Tarzans.
Yeah.
They are the Tarzans.
The Tarzans. Now, see, I got
I like
thrown
that
off.
name.
I saw the dog, so I got a little thrown off there. So I wasn't ready for the Tarzans.
Yeah, the mascot, the actual mascot name goes against the logo, but who cares? That's a cool mascot name.
That's true.
But here we are, heading into the last regular season NECC game, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at where the standings have led us so far this season. Despite Shenandoah's loss last night in NECC competition to the University of Central Florida, and despite them having the same exact record with UCF holding the win over us, we are in first place because NECC values game win-loss record above head-to-head record.
Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, even with that loss of momentum from last night, I mean, Shenandoah still can hold their heads high as we take a look at the head-to-head here for Shenandoah versus Puerto Rico. Now, we see Puerto Rico, 4 series won, 2 series lost, with Shenandoah, 5 series won, 1 series lost, and the series win percentage is in favor of Shenandoah, so
yeah,
she's probably leaning more towards them, but should still be a good game, seeing how close they are in the numbers.
Yeah, I don't want to forget to mention that, at least bring up the fact that the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez is currently in 4th place. And if I remember correctly, you have to be top 4 in your division in order to make the playoffs. So this is a huge game for them in terms of just making the playoffs, and a huge game for us if we want to maintain that first seed. Because as long as we win, I think we're 2 games ahead in the game win-loss record ahead of UCF. So as long as we win, I think that we take first seed. If we lose, there could be some discrepancies depending on how many, what UCF does. But, looking back at last night, a little bit of a struggle there for the Hornets, losing both their NECC rescheduled matchup and their NACE matchup. Now, overall in the season, they've been playing very, very good, but a little bit of a setback last night here heading into the last week of the season.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Shenandoah, thinking about it, has their game plan already, right? We saw a lot of mistakes in the communication and even sometimes the rotation because of that communication, letting a lot of open nets across Shenandoah's side, and UCF took advantage of that.
When it rains, it pours. I mean, there were instances where especially that one game they lost when they lost to UCF. I think the last game was 6-1.
Yes,
which is obviously, that's a tough one to lose. I mean, they just kind of kept rolling in behind them, missing jumps, maybe not having the boost to get up there in time, or too many cars going up at a singular time, leaving no one back to defend, as the last defender. And, in their next game, in the game they played after, which was right after, by the way, I think there was just 2 minutes of in between time. But we are now looking forward to tonight, and that will lead us over to the rosters for both teams, starting with the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez. We are going to be looking at Mr. Frisch. I think that's how you say their name. I hope so, because that's honestly a great name. I love that. I think you would say Flicks Rocket League, I think you would say for that. So that Flicks probably. And then Breadwater.
Breadwater. Now, see, those are some creative names, but I've got to be honest, I think I'm ready to see the names that I know and love from Shenandoah's roster. We've got Kiazi, Mango, and Pagani. You know them. We love them. The faces of Shenandoah's Rocket League team.
Yeah, fantastic faces. Some handsome faces over there looking to bounce back after last night. Obviously, we've mentioned it every single time. And then I say this part, too, every single time we mention it. stuck together for multiple years, multiple seasons in a row. They know each other inside and out. They are always hanging out. They are always playing. They just got out of a warm-up scrim, and they are ready for action. They are ready to play.
Yeah, now these guys, they love to have fun. Sometimes they're the loudest in the arena, and when they're having fun, the whole arena is going to hear it. Even us back here, we're going to hear it, right? But they've got to make sure that while they're having fun, they keep themselves locked in and ready to go. Because as we saw last night, one simple mistake could spell the end of a match right there.
Yeah, they won the first 2 games of the night, and then they ended up losing the next 2, and I think it just started kind of spiraling mentally for them the rest of the night, struggling to regain across their next game and a half, as I think, they're going to have to reset. Tonight's a reset. You get frustrated. You lose games you don't think you should, and then all of a sudden you're making mistakes you normally don't, and then it just keeps on going, and then you got a second game you got to play with no breathing room. You lose that one too. But listen, first seed in NECC. I don't think we're first seed in NACE, but we are confirmed in the playoffs there too, I believe. So good season overall. They're looking to end it on a high note.
Yeah, and as we saw on their cameras just before we cut back here, they were hyping themselves up. They were having fun, making faces, dancing, right? They are ready to go. They've bounced back, and even if they haven't, they're showing, hey, we're going to shake it off anyway, right? We are ready to go to hold this first seed and gain that momentum we're looking for these Division III playoffs. Yeah,
and honestly, what they're going to need to do tonight is clean up those mistakes and keep calm the entire time, even if they make a couple mistakes, because this is not a bad team, obviously. They are 4th in a pretty good division here in Division III. University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez sitting at 4-2, just 1 game loss, and I think they even have a win over UCF, who we just lost to last night. University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez won 4-2 against UCF, and we had just lost 2-4 to them. So this is a good team. They cannot make many mistakes if they're looking to win this one.
Yeah, and like you said, competition's high because it is currently first seed versus 4th seed. So right now, both teams vying for that spot in the playoffs. They're both saying we've got to make our name here. And like you said, the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez, they're really going to be fighting because this is their make or break game, right? I mean, they will be playing to win. So Shenandoah is going to have to watch for some aggression and some drive in that tempo.
You got to want it tonight. This is your make or break. If you're Puerto Rico right now, you want to make those playoffs. You at least got to win a few games in case of a tiebreaker if you end up losing the series. But like I mentioned, this is NECC action, so this will be a best of 7. We might be in here for a long one. It could go all 7. Who knows? We got to see which brand of Hornets show up tonight. Trying not to make any mistakes, clearing up that communication, trying to let any balls roll. I'm kind of tired, honestly, of seeing the ball just kind of roll in behind us. It's happened way too many times the past few series. It didn't really happen early on. Obviously, the competition, over the season gets more warmed up. All the teams get better, so it's tougher towards the end of the season. But a couple mistakes that you don't want to be making here as we head towards the playoffs. But one more game left here in the regular season as we kick it off.
Immediately off the kickoff, Kiazi getting a demo with Puerto Rico looking to make something happen, but Shenandoah already playing that great defense, hitting it towards Puerto Rico's side. Fortunately, Pagani missing that ball, flying by, as we see Puerto Rico driving it deep into Shenandoah's territory.
Yeah, right now Mango looking to clear, trying to get it out of there. A little bit of a contest there from Flicks, who sends it up to Breadwater. Missed there from a Shenandoah player. Luckily, the ball bounces away from the goal, at least for now, until it gets centered. Looking for some defense. Pagani going to be the savior for now. Goes right over Mango's car, who now looks to chase it back, rotate over there, get in the way. Kiazi gets demoed. However, they have successfully cleared the ball, at least for now. Mango just going to take a shot, trying to get something there, but a player on the side of Puerto Rico going to save that one.
Yep, and we see Puerto Rico keeping this momentum going as they shoot and will score their first goal, taking the game 1-0 in Puerto Rico's favor with just over a minute used on the clock.
Yeah, well-coordinated attack, well passed there, well assisted from the other player here on Puerto Rico. I don't know if that's just an in-game name or something different, or maybe it's just a new player altogether. Anyways, huge goal there from the side of Puerto Rico, who now are already back on the attack as Mango looks to clear this ball on the other side of the field, has some boost to make some plays happen, sends it over to Pagani. However, Flix is there waiting in the goal to make that save. Kiazi going to bounce back, follow up there. Now Shenandoah has to get back, rotate over there. They are able to just in time as Kiazi now has the ball. Mango looking for some boost, going to get a pass over here from Kiazi. Pagani looks to make something happen, doesn't get anything out of that one. Mango looking to contest in the air.
Pagani going up to flying up for the ball, missing it. Puerto Rico able to move it just to the left of the goal, trying to get it out of there. Shenandoah keeping the pressure on as Pagani looks to send the ball to a teammate, but it is blocked by Puerto Rico. Back to Mango, who's waiting on Shenandoah's side, holding that contest as he flies through the air, taking the ball. It's stopped in the midfield with Pagani on the backup, going towards the goal, but it is blocked by Flix, who is waiting for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, well positioned there, Flix was, and also Kiazi just barely missing the ball there. Might be a small mistake there. University of Puerto Rico looking to capitalize on it as they get past, gets over to Breadwater, but Kiazi makes the save for now, who is now on the attack, trying to get the ball past Flix, but Pagani and Mango going to have to rotate back, at least for a second. Mango dodges one of the players on Puerto Rico. Now ball falling right in front of Redwater. Pagani going up in the air to contest that one. Doesn't get the touch he wanted. Now Mango looking to play some defense. Kiazi as well, who makes the save. Sends the ball over to Pagani, who's going to go ahead and pass it back over to Kiazi. Now both teams vying for position, trying to contest for the ball in the air. Is Pagani, who doesn't get a touch there. Mango sends it, clears it for Shenandoah.
And immediately Puerto Rico back on their back wheels again, but not for long as they go in. Mango getting the clear, stopping another goal for Puerto Rico, driving it back over to their side. Bread and Water hitting Pagani out of the way, make sure Shenandoah can't make any plays, but Kiazi is waiting, but is blocked by Puerto Rico as he makes another shot attempt on goal.
Yeah, Mango tries to follow up center for his teammates, but nobody there. Now Shenandoah looks to rotate to get back on defense, get some boost because they are low on it right now. Mango gets some, going to get back on the rotate, trying to make that save, gets it out of there for now, but still in position is University of Puerto Rico as they look to pass it over to Bread and Water. Now Kiazi getting demo, but Pagani in position to take a shot and gets the ricochet off the top of the goal, but unfortunately unable to get that one through. Now University of Puerto Rico looking to center it for their teammates, trying to get a pass on over to Bread and Water, who's going to take a shot, but gets bounced off immediately. Kiazi now on the attack for Shenandoah.
Mango playing that second man to help Kiazi out, following him up as the ball travels across the field over the right side. Immediately Puerto Rico gaining the control they're looking for, but no one there to hit it. Mango able to clear it to stop any more advances on the goal, driving, but Puerto Rico taking it right there as Kiazi is demoed. Pagani following up to clear it, and Mango returning avenging his teammate with the demo there. Mango flying up, looking for a shot, but Flix ready for him as the advance is stopped.
Yeah, Flix doesn't have much boost yet, though, to make anything happen on this attack as Pagani looks to play some defense. So does Mango, who has some boost to get into the air, but gets contested by a Puerto Rico player. Now Pagani looking to send this down the field, however, gets contested from Flix, but Kiazi there to make the save and the demo as Bread and Water now gone for just a second. Here as Mango goes up in the air, looking for a goal here early, as late into this game. They're looking to tie this up. 30 seconds left. Pagani trying to make something happen there. Not getting anything out of that, but rotates back, looking to play some defense. Doesn't get the touch he wanted, and unfortunately it leads to another goal for the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez. Now up 2-0 here with 28 seconds remaining in game one.
Yeah, not a lot of time left for Shenandoah, but Shenandoah could make this happen, but it's going to have to start now, almost immediately heading into the next kickoff. Mango fighting for that control. It goes to the left side, pushing it deep into Shenandoah's territory, where Kiazi is waiting with some boost, beating out a Puerto Rico player who has little to no boost. Mango driving it up to Pagani, who's got a shot on the goal. He shoots, but it's blocked into the post. Shenandoah still has a chance. 10 seconds left on the clock. Another shot by Kiazi that is blocked by Puerto Rico. We're down to the last 5 seconds, and it's looking like Puerto Rico's going to clear it to Pagani, who's trying to keep that ball to soften the blow, but unfortunately not enough time as the game one will end. Puerto Rico 2-0.
Yeah, and immediately Mango has some stuff to say to his teammates, trying to get on the same page here as they lose a game number one to go down 0-1 in this best of 7. But a lot of game left to play. This is, early on, you still have chances to adjust, make some changes to your strategy, and I don't think it wasn't that far apart in terms of the play there from both teams. They just lost by two goals. They didn't score anything, though, and that was a worry last night. Their percentages were really low, their shot percentages. I think they had 17% in their first best of 7, and they're 13% in that best of 5 that went 4 games afterwards. So, haven't really been hitting. Their accuracy hasn't really been there the past 2 days, so they're going to have to improve upon that if they want to try to tie the series back up.
I would agree, and I mean, what we got to know about Rocket League is it is a game of angles. If you got to know the exact angle that ball is going to go at, you got to know how, if your car hits it this way, which angle is it going to send the ball at? And a lot of times that's unpredictable, especially if someone's blocking your shot.
Yeah.
But on both sides, that was game 1, so it's still early enough that there's not too much momentum gained. There's some there, but you can pick up on the mistakes early and fix them before they spiral down.
Yeah, now we are going to go ahead and get straight into game number 2 here. The Hornets looking to bounce back. A little bit of a weird kickoff there, but Pagani hopefully able to make this save. Ball bounces off the top of the goal, the crossbar, which ricochets right back into a Puerto Rico player, and they send it through for the first goal here, only 5 seconds into game 2.
Yeah, and immediately that momentum for Puerto Rico is up there. 5 seconds in, first goal, heading in to the next kickoff of game 2 here, with Pagani winning the kickoff, but not much boost to follow up with it. Puerto Rico immediately pushing back, putting Shenandoah back on defense. Mango able to stop the ball, the top there, trying to center it for a teammate, and Pagani will be there to help him out, flying towards the goal, gets it above, and it's good for Shenandoah's first goal to tie the game 1-1 here in game 2.
Yeah, first goal of the series coming 20 seconds into game 2. Fantastic play there from Pagani to send that one through. Now, hoping to keep that momentum going. You want to try to tie this series up. Now, looking to clean up the rest of those mistakes. Much cleaner kickoff here as we head into the rest of this game.
Yeah, Mango waiting for Flix to see what Flix is doing. Immediately clears it over to Pagani, who's waiting cross field. But Puerto Rico player waiting on the wing there. Hiazi clearing it back over to Mango. Mango attempting to shoot, but immediately blocked by Flix. Looking for some sort of opening there, with Pagani hitting it off the wall, where Flix is waiting for him on Puerto Rico's territory.
Yeah, some aerial battles there as Puerto Rico comes out on top, at least for a second. Now, Bread and Water looking to center something there. Not going to find it. Pagani going to contest it for now. Who has to get back, but doesn't get back in time. Can't rotate back fast enough to get in front of that shot. And the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez goes up 2-1 here in just a minute gone in game number 2.
Yeah, just a minute gone and already 3 goals scored. As we've talked about, both teams fighting for like their lives depend on it, because it does. And we see off the kickoff there, Shenandoah getting it. Kiazi trying to drive that offense still, but the defense is so close, not enough, as it's too far to the right, hitting the post. Mango looking to see what's going to happen here, blocking it off the top, but immediately countered by Bread and Water there. And we see Shenandoah fighting for their lives right now on defense.
Yeah, right now the University of Puerto Rico looking for another shot. Mango there to save it. They have kept possession really like a lot here into this game number 2. Shenandoah trying to get control of it for once. Now Mango looking to use that boost to try and get some possession. Sends it over to Pagani, who's going up in the air, but gets contested, bumped off, but the ball does not get touched, at least for now. Kiazi looking to contest this one, but gets bumped off of it as Bread and Water looking to take it back upfield, but Mango contests that. Now a little bit of back and forth as Shenandoah is going to have to rotate, try to get some more boost, but Kiazi lets the ball go over his head, and unfortunately Flix is there waiting to send that ball into the goal. Now the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez up 3-1 here, game number 2.
We see there, Kiazi just not getting the flip he was looking for, and that mistake right there led to another goal for Puerto Rico. I mean, Shenandoah going for this kickoff, really fighting as they are down by 2 with 3 minutes left on the clock. Still a chance to come back with Shenandoah already on the back wheels, but Mango driving it up as Puerto Rico keeping that pressure on. Kiazi still going for the offense, shoots it, and it's good, going over the goalie, lessening the lead to 2-3 in Puerto Rico's favor.
Yeah, right here, Flix going up for that one, but just barely misses, and Kiazi, accurate shot right there, sending it through now. Shenandoah only down by 1, and those are 2 straight goals they let up by just not rotating back in time, and the ball sailing right over their head. just barely. Now they're looking to tie it with just over 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Kiazi sending that one in the air, but Flicks contests it for the time being as Mango goes up, passes it to a teammate, but not finding anything there. Now they're going to have to get some more boost, get on defense. They look to be in a good position to save this one, at least for now. Pagani gets a little bit of a touch right there, but not able to clear it as Mango looking to do that himself.
Yeah, immediately. Puerto Rico not afraid to play a little more defensively as they clear the ball over to Shenandoah's side, almost centering it perfectly, and it is set up off of Shenandoah's player, giving Puerto Rico their 4th goal here in Game 2, increasing the lead back to 2 points with just over 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I think that just took a weird bounce there. Pagani obviously wasn't able to redirect his car downwards to save that one, and unfortunately now they are down by 2 with just over 2 minutes left. Now, game not over yet. They have a chance, but you got to stop. You got to stop the goals now. You got to play a little bit better defense, and you got to get on the attack. You haven't had much possession this game. Now's the time. It's crunch time. You got to get it together as Pagani is going to juke that player. Mango now looking to help him try to bump a University of Puerto Rico player off of the ball. Does so for now. Kiazi looking to contest that one, but gets demoed at the midfield.
Yeah, immediately bread and water up. Mango going to contest. Doesn't get the touch he's looking for. Puerto Rico going in, and it's a shot on the goal that's successful, increasing the lead by 3. Puerto Rico taking advantage of the small mistakes here from Shenandoah to get their 5th goal here in Game 2.
Yeah, Mango not getting the touch he wanted, and then Kiazi unable to follow up and get the right angle there as they are now down by 3. Minute 43 left. They're going to have to score pretty quickly. Rogue kickoff right there as Shenandoah. Mango looking to go up in the air and try to make up for that mistake. Now Kiazi looking to send it one through and not going to find anything there. Now Pagani rotating back but doesn't have any boost. This is going to be a little scary. However, he does have help from the form of Mango. Does end up getting some boost, able to save that one. Sends it on over to Mango, who is looking to try to get on the attack. And Rogue going up for that one. Kiazi now, however, able to make the save. Shenandoah players kind of just flying around in the air, missing a few times.
Yep, Mango trying to drive this offense back, but Puerto Rico already on defense, immediately pushing it into offense, but Kiazi stopping another goal there, and we see they're pushing, they're fighting. Mango on the wall, following the ball, trying to drive this offense, tries to get the pass, but it's no good. Blocked, going back to Kiazi, who's waiting on the wall, looking for an aerial shot to see if something can happen, getting a flip reset, and passing it to Pagani to give Shenandoah their 3rd goal with just under a minute left.
Yeah, Kiazi and Pagani, they're in sync, able to, in tandem, score that one as Pagani sends it through. Flicks gets a little bit of help, but I think that one was going in regardless. Great shot there from Pagani. And right now, Shenandoah down by 2, 3-5, 50 seconds remaining. But they have struggled on the possession time side of things. If you had a stat right there. However, they're looking for a goal early on here after this kickoff. Excuse me, and as Kiazi goes up in the air, sends it over to Mango, who doesn't get a clean shot. Now Flicks sends it over. Pagani gets demoed. Kiazi going back in the air, looking for something. There's 30 seconds remaining. They have to score right now if the Hornets want to try and make this comeback.
Pagani clearing it from the goal, sending it to the wall, driving the offense, immediately gets it past the Puerto Rico player. Kiazi trying to follow up to help it out, but it's not enough. Pagani rotating back where Mango is waiting in the air to help out, but loses the possession of the ball there. Pagani guarding it, 10 seconds left on the clock. Shenandoah has to score now if they want a chance to stay in this. And Flicks hitting the ball away, 3 seconds left on the clock. And Puerto Rico getting their 6th goal, putting the nail in the coffin here in Game 2.
Yeah, Shenandoah are going to, after this kickoff and after the ball lands, lose this one. Most likely 6-3, lose game number 2. You got to start thinking, what can we do better? And right now it feels like they're it's not even really miscommunication. It just kind of feels like Shenandoah is not getting up in time. Maybe they're taking bad angles. Unfortunately, just unable to win that one. Now they are down 2-0 in the series, and it's time to bounce back.
Yeah, and I mean, as we're seeing there, it is coming down to really possession. Who has more possession of the ball? Right now, the University of Puerto Rico, correct me on the name,
at Mayagüez, yes.
Mayagüez, thank you. They're holding this ball. They get control of this ball, and they say, well, we're going to hold on to it, Shenandoah. You're going to have to fight us for our possession. And it's looking like even Mango trying to remove players isn't doing what it usually does for Shenandoah.
Yeah, he hasn't really been able to successfully bump many people out of the way. I think there's been a few bumps midair where it's like there are two players going up for the ball and they've successfully bumped people out of the way, but they haven't really been able to get in their goal. And that's just plainly because University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez has been on the attack most of the game. You can't really get over to their side of the field if you got to play on your side of the field to defend your goal. And it's a little bit of a struggle. It feels like the angles they're taking, they're just missing. Like, unfortunately, it's kind of that simple. It feels like every time Kiazi's gone up for, in terms of like defending and rotating back and defending, it feels like they're just taking bad angles, or maybe they just don't have the boost to get up there in time, or maybe they just don't realize the ball is coming their way in time. And that's kind of been their struggle so far. But I believe they're taking a timeout, which we're not going anywhere, but that's probably a good call. It's a best of 7, so, you have a little bit of wiggle room left, but not much, because once you lose one more game, that's series point. And like we mentioned, this is a very important series for both teams.
And like you're saying, if they lose one more at series point, University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez already halfway to the points needed, the series wins needed to take the whole match. And Shenandoah taking this break really to cool themselves off, say, hey, what's going on? Let's take a minute, figure out what we need to fix, and let's adjust that, adapt our game plan so that we can be more successful going into Game 3.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been looking at my laptop a bit here because I'm waiting for the back of house to go ahead and refill the stats because I want to see something right here. And yeah, right now, total shots on the side of the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez is at 17, and Shenandoah's total shots are at 11. Shooting percentage for Shenandoah of 27, and a shooting percentage of 47 for the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez. So more shots, more accurate. Something's got to give here for Shenandoah.
Yeah, and I mean, really, we're seeing it a lot, but it's not miscommunication per se. It could be, but also Shenandoah, they have their offense, but once they've committed to that offense, Puerto Rico out here says, well, they're all over here with us, and if we get one good clear, as we've been seeing in these past couple of games, they're using that advantage of, oh, this player's low on boost. They're paying attention, right? They're saying, oh, this person looks like they're stuck, so if we get it just over them, there's no one to stop us from scoring that goal.
Yeah, and there were a few times there, especially towards the end of that game number 2, where Kiazi was going up for it. Maybe he almost shouldn't have, or maybe the timing was just off. I don't want to criticize because it's not like I play as much Rocket League as these guys do. Yeah. But it felt like there were weird situations where a Shenandoah player went up for the ball. Maybe they shouldn't have. Maybe they should have chose to rotate, get in position, maybe bump a player off, do something else. And so there's sort of situations like that ended up leading to a lot of Puerto Rico's goals, and now they're heading into game number 3, up 2-0 in the series, and with all the momentum in the world right now.
Yeah, and I mean, to give credit to these players just all around, making decisions in Rocket League, like, am I going to go up to contest this, or am I just going to rotate back to watch the goal? You have to make those in almost an instant, because if you wait too long and someone's coming in from the air and you don't go up to contest, that could just be a goal, because you're not going to be able to get into the air in time to stop the shot that they're trying to make there.
Yeah, and honestly, I want to go ahead and highlight another stat right here. Flex has 13 out of Puerto Rico's 15 saves so far this series. With Mr. Frisch having the other 2 saves for his team.
Well, hearing a stat like that, I think we've kind of determined from the stats we just heard who's kind of getting in the way of the shots on goal and who is dropping Shenandoah's accuracy here. But now it also seems that Flix knows that positioning well enough that it's kind of hard to take him out of the play, because even if he's not saving, then he's up and he's the one shooting on the goal.
And I mean, he's tied for the most goals on his team with 3. Mr. Frisch, love saying that, sorry, has 3 as well. So playing fantastic offense and defense. Flix is doing great, probably the MVP of his team right now, but that entire team is just on point at the moment. Now for Shenandoah, they're going to have to try to figure out how to get that ball past that defense.
Yeah, get it past it. Not only just past the defense, though, but also how to get the ball, right?
Get the ball
Puerto
in
Rico
general.
is kind of controlling immediately. We're seeing off kickoffs. Shenandoah immediately has to rotate for that defense, because University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez immediately said, well, kickoff went to the right. Push them. Just go. Oh, it went to the left. Push them. Is it just slowly rolling? Run them down, right? Can't do too much if you're getting pressed the whole time, you got to put that pressure back on the team coming at you.
And maybe that just starts with winning the kickoffs and setting yourselves in position to succeed and getting that momentum started early here as looks like the players are sitting back down. We're going to get ready to head into game number 3 in just a moment now. A few things to fix up, some mistakes to clean up, and hopefully accuracy percentage to increase here starting in game number 3 for the Hornets.
Definitely, and Shenandoah back in their seats, ready to go, looking like that deep breath is what they needed going into the kickoff. Immediately, Pagani winning the kickoff, sending it towards one of Puerto Rico's players. Kiazi following up, hitting it cross field where Mango will be waiting in goal, but it's bumped out of the way, and it's in dangerous territory. Pagani able to clear it up to Kiazi, who's gonna get stopped on the advance, but was able to remove Shenandoah from the dangerous situation as Mango flies up, shoots, and it's good, even though there was an attempt on the block. Mango scoring Shenandoah's first goal here in game number 3 with just 20 seconds used on the clock.
Yeah, we're going to get a clean look here at that goal. Takes a few ricochets, but goes through anyways. Huge plays there from Mango, who's looking hype in the camera, ready to make this comeback. Going to try to get this series tied up here. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in game number 3. And Shenandoah looking to score again off the kickoff. Kiazi in the air, sending that one through. Off the kickoff, Brendan Water not able to win that one. Kiazi just goes in, straight up in the air, off the ricochet, and sends that one in for Shenandoah's second goal here of game number 3.
Immediately, Shenandoah showing that the deep breath is what they needed to turn the momentum in their favor going into the third kickoff of the game. Brendan Water immediately pushing the offense there where Mango and Pagani will be waiting to defend it together. And immediately Shenandoah knocking it right back into the air. Pagani driving it out to Kiazi, who doesn't get the touch he's looking for. And Flicks right there on the ball yet again. Mango going up to contest it. Not what they want. Kiazi then contesting it, keeping it in the midfield here as Shenandoah loses a player to a demo there. Brendan Water looking for something here.
Yeah, another demo happens, and a contest right in front of Shenandoah's goal. Kiazi going to make that save for now, but the ball looking to go over. Pagani spawns in just in time. Going to save that one. Now Shenandoah looking to clear it, get position at the midfield. Mango sends it over to the other side, trying to pass it over to his teammates, who collects it at least for a minute. Going to fly past the center of your screen. Now Flex looking to take this one himself. Going to ricochet it off where it pass over to Brendan Water. And the third player for the University of Puerto Rico going to send that one over. But now Flex has to rotate back and try to get in front of Kiazi. And he's going to be able to do that, but it's centered. If Pagani wants to try to make a shot here, and he does. Pagani going to score. And Shenandoah already up 3-0 here with 3.5 minutes remaining in game number 3 as they look to get momentum back for the rest of the series.
Shenandoah already showing that the momentum is back in their favor. 1.5 minutes and 3 goals in game 3 already. Shenandoah is back and ready to go. Pagani losing the kickoff there, but Kiazi already there helping him out. Mango getting the pass there from Kiazi, flying it through the air where Puerto Rico will be ready for him and gets bumped, not able to get boost. Shenandoah looking dangerous on the boost side. Pagani waiting to see what will happen on Puerto Rico's end.
Pagani reversing there, trying to get in the way of Puerto Rico's attack, and a bump is going to send Mango off the ball, at least for now. However, Pagani just goes up in the air, sends a shot over their way, and now Shenandoah going to have to rotate back, get on defense. Mango lying in wait, trying to pounce on the ball, not finding anything just yet. Now Flicks looking to center for his teammate. Mango and Pagani get the defense for now, and Pagani rotates back, gets another save, but the ball's still in front of Shenandoah's goal. This is dangerous territory. Pagani sends it right by a Puerto Rico player, but they are now going to go up there and contest. Sends it over to Brendan Water, who looks to make a shot, and it goes right to the left. However, a follow-up from the third player from University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, is going to send that one through and score their first goal here in game number 3.
Puerto Rico showing that they still got some fight left in them as we are just under 2:45 on the clock with Shenandoah in the lead by 2. Heading into the next kick, the 5th kickoff of the game. Pagani winning that kickoff. Flicks waiting on the wall there for him. Pagani keeping it up, centering it for Mango as both Shenandoah and Puerto Rico will miss the touch there. Kiazi following up, driving the ball up the wall to keep this offense going for Shenandoah. Keeping that pressure as it gets centered to Pagani, and with a little help from Flicks, Pagani scoring Shenandoah's 4th goal here in game number 3.
Yeah, what a bounce there. What a, I feel like, just what a read there. Sends it over to the right, a little bit further away from the player on the side of Puerto Rico than they thought it would be, and sends it right over to Pagani, who gets his first score, I believe, of game number 3.
Yeah, Kiazi winning the kickoff
Could
there.
be wrong.
True. Headed to bread and water there. Mango waiting in the goal for Shenandoah. Driving it up the field already, looking for something, but doesn't get the landing he's looking for there. And immediately Puerto Rico says we got to use this driving, but Pagani with no boost, able to take the ball and stop the pursuit there. Mango following in to help out and clear that ball away from the goal. Mango still driving this ball with Kiazi following his back, and the ball getting hit to midfield there with Shenandoah able to knock it up into the air. Mango driving it deep into Puerto Rico's territory.
Yeah, Mango clears it just for a second and then heads down the field and hits it himself, but a save from the University of Puerto Rico is going to send themselves back on the attack, at least for a moment. Shenandoah looking to contest that over the midfield. Mango goes up into the air, bounces it over to himself, at least for a second. Kiazi trying to make a play there, but the ball never gets over to him. Now going to have to get on defense. Same with Pagani, who clears it over to the other side of the field, at least for now. Shenandoah has some boost. They can make something happen. Pagani going up in the air, trying to center it over for Kiazi. However, the good defense from the University of Puerto Rico of Mayagüez going to keep this slowed down, at least for now.
Redwater looking to hit some play off the wall, but it's not what he wants. Pagani immediately taking advantage of his boost, trying to center it, but it's not good as no one was there ready for him for Shenandoah. Mango keeping it in midfield there as it gets pushed into University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez's side, and Pagani waiting on the right wing, getting demoed, but Kiazi returning the favor by demoing Breadwater. And immediately Shenandoah using this to their advantage, where two defenders are waiting as Mango attempts to make a shot, with Kiazi taking the ball and returning it for Shenandoah's fifth goal, increasing their lead to 4 with just under 45 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, taking advantage of just no player back in the goal there. Kiazi flying out from out of nowhere. I don't think the University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez expected that one to go through. Now Shenandoah up by 4 with 44 seconds remaining. They're going to have to, Shenandoah doing a great job of keeping momentum here as we head towards the end of this game.
Yeah, Pagani hitting Kiazi on accident there. Puerto Rico going to use that and immediately score their second goal to respond to Shenandoah, shrinking the lead a bit, but just over 30 seconds left. Puerto Rico looking to make some crazy plays here to try and at least tie this game up right now.
Yeah, I mean, Mango goes up for it, but ricochets the ball right off of Chuito, and that sends in the second goal there for the University of Puerto Rico. And Mango going to go up in the air, trying to contest it, just kind of slow it down, keep possession of the ball. Mango looking to extend the score, but sails right over that one end. Kiazi whiffs there just for a second, but it doesn't matter. Mango rotated back, got in position, and sends that one in. And Shenandoah has raised their lead here, 20 seconds remaining, now sitting at 6 to Puerto Rico's 2.
And I mean, look at that pass. Like, Pagani just lightly hitting it, and Mango able to put himself right in position to just tap it in and guide it to where it needs to go. And Shenandoah has the kickoff in their favor, but it's immediately returned. Kiazi coming out of nowhere and scoring Shenandoah's 7th goal in just under what seemed to be like 3 seconds there.
Oh my goodness. That's all I have to say about that. Nobody in the goal there to make the save. Kiazi sends that one through, and we see the happy, angry cloud over there. Gonna celebrate this likely Game 3 win here for Shenandoah. Just gotta run out a little bit of the clock.
Yeah, Kiazi immediately up in the air to pass it over to Mango. 10 seconds left on the clock. Puerto Rico looking to make something happen to at least soften this blow. Kiazi trying to get a touch, but it isn't what he's looking for. Pagani going up to contest it, sending that ball immediately down. Breadwater keeping it up, but with the clock at 0, and Mango sending it into the ground. That will be Game 3 in Shenandoah's favor, ending with what I remember seeing was 7-2.
Yeah, I don't know what they did during their timeout. Maybe they drank whatever Michael Jordan drank in Space Jam. It's possible. And they came back, and now they're just ready to play. They're mental. Look at Griff over there. The whole entire team is laughing. They're having fun. And now they have some momentum going into game number 4 here in this best of 7.
I mean, even in the 2 games that we've seen in this series from University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez, their leads weren't too vast on Shenandoah. But Shenandoah out here, they said, let's take a break. We came back to game 3. Boom. We're up 5. Immediately, we're showing you we're still here. We just had to remember to find the fun, right?
Yeah. Remember who they were, and they did exactly that, bouncing back in an incredible fashion, winning that one, like you said, 7-2. And that's a big bounce back. That's what we were looking for out of this Hornets team last night. Unfortunately, didn't really get there. Still making a few mistakes here and there, but that was a huge improvement there in Game 3 compared to the first 2. And they're going to go ahead and look to take the momentum here into game number 4 as we're getting ready to load in. Now, best of 7, they still a lot of Rocket League left to play.
Yeah, and I mean, something we've got to talk about just while I'm thinking about it, Moss. I mean, we saw Shenandoah there in the first maybe 30 seconds had already scored 2 goals. So that momentum shift was major there in game 3 for Shenandoah. If they keep that kind of pressure up on Puerto Rico, I'm sure we'll see that this game, like you said earlier, we're going to see that game 7, if anything.
Yeah, and honestly, what I'd like to mention there is I feel like Shenandoah won a lot more kickoffs that time around, which helped them, in terms of possession for the entire game. But right now, that ball is going to take a bad bounce for the Hornets as University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez looking to center that for their teammates, but Pagani there to pass it on over to Mango, who's looking to send it over Bread and Water for the first goal. Not getting anything out of that one, 15 seconds in, but the Hornets still have control. They're still on the other side of the field. Kiazi looking to take this one. Mango rotating back for some boost. Kiazi almost gets contested in midair. Passes over to Pagani, who gets a shot on goal, but doesn't get that one through.
And immediately Puerto Rico sending Hornets back into defense with Pagani clearing the ball and immediately pushing the offense for the Hornets, looking for something, ready to center it, but it gets cleared back over to Shenandoah, where Mango is waiting as the third man there. Pagani taking the pass from Mango, looking to center this ball, but Flicks ready and waiting as Kiazi hits it back up, looking to center it, but Breadwater ready to take this one away from the Hornets.
Yeah, Breadwater going to get stalled there for a second by Mango, but he gets bumped off the ball. Now Kiazi going to look to follow up, trying to clear this one. Has some boost, but unfortunately going to get bumped out of the way. Now Pagani looking to make it a save and does get that, at least for now. Mango going to try and take it himself. Dodges underneath a player from University of Puerto Rico. And now Flicks looking to center it for his team, but centers it right there for Kiazi, who's going to pass it on over to Mango, who clears it. Now 2 players on the side of Shenandoah are going to have to look for some boost after that shot that almost gets through the defense.
Mango waiting there, and the only man back right now for Shenandoah, I was wrong, Kiazi was there, but Mango driving it back up the wall. Flicks waiting for him. Mango immediately trying to keep the pressure, misses the touch. Pagani keeping it there as Kiazi gets the bump, not the ball, and Mango following up to help keep it on Puerto Rico's side, putting them in a defensive position, and it's not enough as Breadwater is there to block and gets the ball cleared over to his teammate who's waiting on the wall.
Yes, Pagani flies him in the air trying to get a touch on that one, but wildly misses. Now Shenandoah looking for some boost, trying to get back on defense as Breadwater taking this one up in the air, but going to lose that contest on over to Pagani. Now ball just floating around in front of their goal. Now, Shenandoah trying to take advantage of that. Kiazi passes it. Center actually just takes it on over to the other side of the field, but Redwater now intercepts that one, and Shenandoah going to have to clear the ball for now. Pagani taking it through the air, but the ball getting stalled at midfield.
And immediately still in midfield, Mango trying to get something contested by Puerto Rico, and Shenandoah already sending it right back where Breadwater is waiting, but Pagani with no boost gets in the way, sending it over to Mango. Mango going for that aerial attack to see what he can get, and it's stopped by Puerto Rico's player. Kiazi trying to follow up to see if he can keep it over here, but Flicks waiting on the ground with a lot of boost, gets it past Pagani there, but Mango able to get the stop, and Puerto Rico keeping this offense pressure up, but now no one is back. Flicks rotating quickly. Kiazi has control of the ball, gets it past Flicks, demos Breadwater, but it's too far to the right to send anything up for the Hornets.
It doesn't have the angle to get a shot on goal there. Now is Pagani looking to clean up that mess and not able to get control of that. Now Kiazi over there trying to clear this ball for the Hornets, but Chuito going to go up with all the boost in the world to make something happen. Mango, however, going to clear it and send it on over to Kiazi, who looks to send a shot on goal, but Flicks there to make that save as he has been most of the night. Shenandoah now contesting, looking for some boost. They have it. Gonna get back on over to defense as Pagani goes up in the air to contest this one. No one in the goal for now until Kiazi comes flying in. Mango going up to contest this ball over in the corner of their side of the field. Now sending it over. Gonna look to juke out this first player from Puerto Rico, but unable to do so as Chuito takes that one in the air. Pagani going up to contest now. Shenandoah has to race back to get onto defense.
Mango with little boost, fighting for it. Pagani also trying. Now Kiazi, the only one visible, trying. There we go. We see Pagani able to stop it and immediately demoed for it. Mango going up and immediately taking that control, flying to get something. Flies it over, but Chuito waiting for him. Pagani misses the touch looking for as Kiazi rotates back to contest this attempt from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, now Kiazi has 100 boost. He's going to get that, but he flies away from the ball, and University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez has a chance there. No one in the goal, but Mango in front of the ball. Clears it, rests for a second. The ball gets bounced back over to him, and he passes it to Pagani. Now Chiazzi going for that one up into the air, just barely misses it underneath. Now Pagani and Mango looking to get back on defense, and Puerto Rico has a chance to take a shot, and they do. Ball just bouncing back and forth underneath the goal, and Chiazzi going to get out of there at least for now. 36 remaining. Both teams sitting at 0. And looking for control of the ball here at midfield. Mango looking to take it himself, but Chuicho gets that ball cleared on the Shenandoah side of the field. However, Mango receives a pass. Pagani receives another one. Mango landing on the ball, sending it back over to Pagani. Chiazzi, though, not in position to follow up with an attack. However, Shenandoah back on defense, at least for now. Pagani looking to get underneath this one, but gets demoed. University of Puerto Rico has a chance to take a shot here, and they just barely miss. It hits the crossbar. Mango looking to play some defense, hoping this ball just hits the ground now, and it does, as it sends game number 4 into overtime.
Game number 4 headed into overtime. Both teams sitting at 0. Next goal wins this game of the series as Puerto Rico immediately driving up. Chuito looking for something. Chiazzi is ready. Pagani not getting the aerial he's looking for, but Chiazzi there to help him out. Getting it past Flicks here by Pagani, looking to center it for his team. There's an open goal right now, but Flicks says, "You're wrong, Isaiah," and immediately clears it for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, right now Shenandoah's going to have to get back on defense and hopefully clear this one. Like you mentioned, first goal is going to win this game number 4 as University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez looking to center for their teammates as Bredenwater goes up into the air, barely hits it off the side of the goal, ricochets it back to himself and gets the game winner for the University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez, who now go up 3-1 here in the series.
Now, Moss, although Shenandoah did not win that game, that was incredible. I mean, I was watching, and then you said 30 seconds left, and neither team has scored yet. We went into overtime 0-0, but Shenandoah, they've caught on, but it looks like Puerto Rico has figured out what Shenandoah is trying to do, and immediately and quickly responded to that game plan change.
Yeah, and, coming right back after all that momentum gained from Shenandoah as Mango and crew are looking to take a breather for just a second, reset themselves. All of that momentum they gained from that Game 3 win, that 7-2 game win, quickly gone. But, not a bad game from either team. Both teams playing great defense. It just so happened that University of Puerto Rico got the first goal there in that one.
Yeah, and I think the game plan here is almost you could do the same thing, but you might have to make some small miniature adjustments, right? I mean, they were ready. You caught Puerto Rico off guard there first with hey, we're just going to score right out the gate.
Yeah.
Well, now what are we supposed to do? We're all flustered because you came out and you showed us you are going to score when you need to. But now Shenandoah in a tight spot as University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez is at match point here, only needing one more win here in Game 5 to take the series.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, this series has heavy implications going into the Division III NECC playoffs. University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez sitting in the 4th position, and Shenandoah currently has the first seed. Top 4 of each division get into playoffs as Mango going to look to take this one and center it for Chiazzi off the rip, but Pagani gets there instead, just barely misses a shot right there. Now Shenandoah looking to get some boost on defense, except for Chiazzi, who's just going to try to take it himself, gets it right over Flick, who gets a touch just to send it out of the way for now. Pagani looking to follow it up. Mango also looking to follow up, almost sends it through, but Flick's there to make the save.
Breadwinner driving up the wall with Chiazzi immediately responding, saying stop that. Pagani getting the pass over from Chiazzi, blocked by Chuito as Mango keeps it over the goal, looking to bounce it off and center it for a teammate, but it's not enough. Breadwinner taking it back on what seems to be an open goal, gets the demo, and unfortunately not able to get the save by for the Hornets, and Puerto Rico will take the first goal here. Game 5 with just over 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, Mango looked like he was in position there to make the save, but incredible demo from the University of Puerto Rico. Mayagüez was able to clear the goal right there. And that ball, once Mango got demoed, that ball was going in regardless, and you gotta hope it doesn't go in right here. And Mango there to make the save from that one, wide off the mark. But the ball ricocheted back over towards Pagani in front of the goal, makes the save. Mango going up in the air for it, but doesn't have the juice to get there. Now Chiazzi going to have to make the save and clear it. Shenandoah going to have to get in sync if they want to get on the attack here in this one.
Mango looking to set something up for his team. Flicks waiting on the left side to push Puerto Rico back onto the offense as Chiazzi is going to miss it, and Flicks keeping it centered there, trying to move Mango out of the way, and Puerto Rico is going to score their second goal here in Game 5. putting the momentum in their favor and really applying this pressure right now to the Hornets.
Yeah, they're going to have to stop the bleeding. The Hornets are. If they're going to want to stay in this one. Those are tough 2 goals to let through here early on in this one. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Series point here for University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez as Mango looks to take this kickoff towards the other side of the field. Chiazzi going up in the air, missing it. So is Pagani. Mango gets a demo, but University of Puerto Rico in position to score, and they do. Unfortunate scenes there off that kickoff as 2 players from Shenandoah just wildly and aggressively go after that one, and they both miss, leading to only Mango in the back to try and make the save there, and unable to, as the lead is now taken up to 3 for the University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Pagani making the play off this kickoff to drive it for Shenandoah. It's right in front of the goal, but Chuito able to get the block. Pagani attempting a shot that is also then blocked by Puerto Rico. Chiazzi trying to get something, but Shenandoah not getting the touches they're looking for. Mango trying to keep it over here, but getting, unfortunately, no luck, as Breadwinner is going to take the ball from Pagani and drive it over to Shenandoah's side. Applying the pressure, gets it off the wall just enough, but Flicks missing the touch, and Pagani using this mistake to fly, but Chuito ready for it on the attack.
Yeah, Chuito playing great defense there. Up in the air, Pagani looking to center it for his teammate Chiazzi, who is going to take it, but Redwater reads that one. Doesn't read the second one, but Mango wildly off the mark there. But Pagani isn't, as he comes flying in off the screen to score the first goal for the Hornets here in game number 5 as they look to tie it up, still down by 2.
Yeah. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. There is a fighting chance here for the Hornets, and you know them. They are going to be fighting back heading into this next kickoff. Chiazzi going in, sort of loose, just to Pagani on the right side. Has one person waiting for him in the goal, and it's Flicks. Gets it past Flicks, but it is hit over to Breadwinner where he misses the touch. Mango going up to get something set up, trying to center it to Chiazzi. Chiazzi waiting, he's ready, and it's blocked by Flicks on what seemed to be such a perfect goal there for Shenandoah.
Yeah, almost able to send that one through and lower the lead down to 1. Pagani going up in the air, trying to make something happen. Just over 2 minutes left. Nobody back in the goal. Breadwater just barely gets there in time to make that save. 2 straight incredible saves there from the side of University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez as they look to send another goal through. Luckily, that ball takes a good bounce for the Hornets as Pagani looking to pass that one on over to Mango, who jukes the first player. Now Chiazzi, just awkward bump there on that attack for the Hornets as they're going to have to get back onto defense. That ball sails right over to Pagani, over to Mango, who's in front of Flicks, trying to make that save. Pagani looking to pass on over to Mango, but Breadwater has something to say about that. Bounces on over to Flicks. In turn, now trying to get on the attack and sends one towards the goal. Pagani there to make a save. Mango has the ball, gets it past the first player. Pagani looking to finish that one, unable to just now. Now having to rotate back and get some boost as Shenandoah looking to get this lead lowered as they are still down with 2. But with just a minute and a half remaining, 2 demos happen. Both players demo each other right there. Minute and 20 seconds remaining in this one.
Mango able to keep possession of the ball there, taking it from Chuito. Chiazzi able to score off of Puerto Rico's players there, decreasing the lead that they have now. Shenandoah 2-3 with a minute 15 left on the clock. Shenandoah still a chance to come back. Just need the possession and the offense they're looking for to score their 3rd goal to tie this up here.
Yeah, Mango had a few words of advice there for his team as we go into this next kickoff. The ball going to float around at the midfield for a second. Pagani going to bump Breadwater. Now the ball gets sent over to Chiazzi, who clears at least for a second. Now ball falling at the midfield. Pagani sending it on over for a shot on goal. Flicks there to make the save. Mango not getting up there high enough. Realizes he needs to change his angle. Rotates on back. Chiazzi flies in there. Gets a touch for a second. Pagani going to take this one around the midfield. Gets it past Flicks, but there is a player from the University of Puerto Rico waiting for that one. Pagani going to take that bounce, trying to send it towards the goal, and doesn't get anything out of that one. Now Chiazzi looking to contest it.
Yeah, Pagani going for a shot, but blocked by Breadwater. Puerto Rico not letting anything happen as Breadwater will then also drive the ball over to Chiazzi, where Flicks is ready to take it right from him. Mango going to stop with only 30 seconds left here on the clock. Mango going for the touch, but it's over Pagani, who was flying for the ball as well. Pagani racing back, trying to get this ball, gets a demo on Breadwater, gets some boost. Flicks ready, hits a flip reset, but Pagani taking that ball And now Shenandoah back on the back foot with 10 seconds left. Shenandoah has to score here soon.
Yeah, 7 seconds. That ball is on Shenandoah's side of the field. This is not looking good. Kiazi going to have to send this one up in the air. They have to keep it up. They cannot let it touch the ground here on this attack. Mango going up in the air, trying to send that one through. Bounces off the crossbar, and Kiazi sends it back up into the air. Mango, Pagani going up in the air for it. Mango watching it fall, gets underneath it. Ball looking to hit the ground, almost does, and it will, as the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez just barely takes that one here in game number 5. Shenandoah falling here in this one.
Yeah, just heartbreak here for the Hornets, that just so close to keeping their fight here alive in this series, as they were only down by 1. And unfortunately, that loose hit there by Puerto Rico to able to clear it over Shenandoah's players and get that ball to touch the ground to end the chance that the Hornets had of tying the game and sending it to overtime.
Yeah, such a close one there. There were multiple incredible saves there from the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez. I mean, there were 2 where it almost looked like the ball was like halfway in, and they just got it out of there. And, great saves there. Shenandoah unfortunately falling in this series, this best of 7, 4-1. A lot closer than the series score probably have you think, except that the one game Shenandoah did end up winning 7-2. And I think they lost one game by a wider margin, but pretty close series overall. You had one going to overtime where nobody scored until overtime, and then you just had that one where it came down to the final seconds and final defensive plays there from the University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez.
Yeah, the Hornets were off to a rough and rocky start there, going down 2 rounds immediately in the series, but then coming back and making it a match to remember, even though it was heartbreaking to see that Game 5 end. The way they played Game 3 that they won, taking that early lead, taking the next round immediately into an overtime from 0-0, looking for that first goal of the game to be the game winner, and then just needing that one more point to send game number 5 into overtime to give the Hornets another chance.
Yeah, and with the results of that one, I assume we're going to back of house is probably updating the standings, or maybe just taking a look at some things to maybe see where things might shake out. Now, obviously, we have to wait for the results of the other games, so can't really know too much about that. But I think that makes University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez's chances of making playoffs here in Division 3 like 99% or something crazy like that, because they were sitting in 4th place already, and now that's a big win. They're only sitting there with 2 losses, going to end 5-2 in the season, just like the Hornets, who are going to end 5-2 on the regular season. Now, they have clinched the playoffs. They do. I think they still have like they're going to sit at, let me do some math here for a second. They're going to sit at 23-11 game record on the season. And University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez is going to sit at a 23-14, which will actually, both teams tied in wins, but Puerto Rico has a couple more losses, so Shenandoah should still be above them when it comes to seeding. But huge win there from the side of University of Puerto Rico, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the head-to-head stats for that series.
Yeah, and just looking at the series here, we've got a pretty close game. I mean, average score, not too much of a difference. The Hornets with 359 points, and the University of Puerto Rico at Mayagüez at 383. Total goals, only difference 2 there. Total assists, another 2 with 11-13. Total saves, we see Puerto Rico coming out on top with 30, and even taking the dominance there with the number of shots with 41 over the Hornets 37. And even like we were talking about with the average shooting percentage, the Hornets were able to bring it back up, and it wasn't as great of a disparity as we may have thought.
Yeah, at first the average shooting percentage was, there's a big disparity there, but they ended up evening up over the rest of the series. And honestly, the biggest difference between these teams was the saves. It was the amount of saves. And if we want to go ahead and take a look at who was the culprit of most of those saves for the side of the University of Puerto Rico Mayagüez, it was Flicks, who had 18 out of his team's 30 saves that series.
Well, I think that's going to do it when there's only a 12 save difference between you and the team's overall. And we see Kiazi there for Shenandoah having a 42% shooting accuracy. So Kiazi getting a lot of the shots to connect, right? And getting the shots that he took, the majority of them in. But unfortunately, those 18 saves are showing that Blix was going to be in the way of each of those shots that Kiazi wasn't able to connect tonight.
Yeah, able to make some incredible saves over the course of that series as Shenandoah unfortunately falls there in that one. And unfortunately, I don't believe we're going to have any interview tonight. But I will say we do have we have playoffs to come. So although that was Rocket League's last regular season match, they have clinched both NECC, and they can correct me wrong from the back, NACE. I believe we've clinched both playoffs there. So in terms of Rocket League, there is still way more action to come for that one. I don't think it happens next week. I think it starts the week after. Could be wrong in that. We'll give you more information as we know ourselves. And obviously, here at Shenandoah, we have multiple other teams. We still have Rivals, which... shout out you on a Rivals team if nobody else knew. You guys are having a pretty good season on over there, looking like you're in good shape to make the playoffs. And I believe our Smash team is either made or possibly still can make the NACE playoffs over on their side of things. I believe they don't have the ability to make the NECC playoffs, but our teams still have a lot more to look forward to, as well as you guys watching the streams. I believe that's going to go ahead and do it for a stream tonight, but be sure to follow Shenandoah University on all of our socials, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, wherever we may be. We're going to be back tomorrow. We have Super Smash Brothers. We have a NACE match for our varsity team against the University of Delaware at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Friday, we'll bringing you the second iteration of our Buzz Down show recap show to essentially just cover all the games we may have missed live on stream this entire week. But for now, from all of us at Shenandoah University Esports, goodbye and good night.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at